Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. So we are gonna be taking the website online on the stream. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Oops, got some feedback there. Yeah, so the agenda is that we will be taking the website online. We got the counter running on the homepage, and we got the JC and DJ Rang preparing to push the button. But in the meanwhile, I'm gonna quickly run through again our marketing roadmap and kind of talk about what are all the things that are coming in the next 6 months or 5 months actually. And right after this presentation, then we will be talking about the new website. So you can find this, actually another presentation already about this on YouTube too, so you can find it, and you can also find the link to the PDF, download this presentation. But this one will be kind of a quicker run through, just to go over again, like what are the key things that what we have been doing and what we will be doing. So we have a focus on for the next 6 months, especially on the AtomicDEX, and to increase the Komodo awareness and the AtomicDEX adoption. So we're working closely with our business team for partnerships and more listings. We'll be making a liquidity strategy. We are trying to drive up the downloads and the user base on AtomicDEX. And for that, we have something that we will be turning our attention like this month, especially, and we will take a look at that at the later part of this presentation. So we have several paths that we wanted to highlight here, and one of them is that we will be highlighting the Komodo DeFi engine and talking about what that is. It's already on the website. You guys can soon check out. Then we have more community collaboration coming. We will be doing a lot of live streaming and working with the community. And then in general, we are looking for audience expansion. We're looking for the social media channels and how to be more active and what's our strategy there. So, all right, so next, one of the key things is the live stream events. So we are going to be continue doing them. We had a lot of success with AtomicDEX stress test back in December. And we will be also releasing our marketing marketing report from last year soon. And from there you can see how big impact the event really had from all the statistics that we gathered. So what's coming this year is that in June we will have a summer conference that will be a big online conferencing event from 2 to 3 days, and we are already preparing for that, and it's going to be similar to the December event, except we are looking to make it bigger and better. So stay tuned for that one. And then of course another big event is scheduled at the end of the year again, and then these events give us the opportunity to make announcements and talk about what's come and celebrate what we have achieved. We got tons of blockchain webinars and another event as well planned. One at the end of Q1, and then another semi-large like at the end of Q3. And then there's other live streams and small events scattered around the year too. We got Tuesday town halls on every Tuesday at 4 p.m. UTC. You can join us live through Discord. You can actually join the call through Discord, and then you can listen through YouTube. And on each week, like we'll be giving like weekly updates on what has happened, and we take community questions. So if you have any questions, this is the best place to get them answered. You just submit them to the roundtable channel we have on Discord, and then from there we will pick them and answer them on the stream. We got swap and trading competitions coming up. This is something we are looking to build up, like we will be running our first one shortly, and it will give us a blueprint for others, and then after we have done the first one, it should be easier to make the next one and next one, and this might be something we offer as more value for all the project and coins that want to get listed on AtomicDEX and who support us there. Then another new aspect in our marketing, the concept of marketing sprints. So what we have done is we have planned a year in monthly sprints, or they may last from 3 to 6 weeks. And then the idea is that each sprint we have a specific goal or something we are looking to achieve or just get done. And then we put most of our effort in just getting that over with. And then we move to the next one. So it kind of comes from the developer world, so we are adopting the same principles. So we have planned the first 6 months of sprints. We have 6 sprints for this first half, and then at the half-year mark, around the live June conference, we will plan the rest of the year, and we will also kind of check where we are in terms of our own goals and targets. And here are all the sprints. So this was the January sprint that is now officially over today. This main result of this sprint was the drop of this new website and some brand visual enhancements. With this website, we have cleared out the journeys that now should be more straightforward to find where you are going. Like if you are a developer, what can you do? If you are business, how can you reach out? What can you do? Like what are we offering? If you're a community, where to go? Like what are the resources? Like we are done tons of progress here, and I'm very pleased on where we are. But of course, there's still more to do, and we still gonna have to clarify all the paths, and there's tons of work to do that will be done as part of these other sprints as we keep enhancing this new website. But what we have built is kind of the base that we can build on top of and keep adding more to the website. Then now coming up in next month, starting next week, we will enter the February sprint, and this is termed Discover AtomicDEX. What we are looking to do is organize some sort of a swap event, and JC is gonna run other type of workshops that he can talk about later, I'm sure. And then one of the key results out of this is AtomicDEX marketing strategy. So this is a key result for our marketing team, or something we've been taking a look at, and just thinking like what are the main ways that in the next 6 months to year, or even like for the next 2 years, like what are the ways that how do we drive adoption for AtomicDEX? Like what is the main strategy, and what do we do to gain the momentum? Then in March, we will be turning our attention more to social media. So we are looking to expand our social media activity, and we are looking to clear the pathway for our community to get involved, so that anyone could join in and help to spread the message on social media about what we are offering, and what is KMD, and what is AtomicDEX, and why you should use it. So this might include also internship, or likely, yes, it will have an internship, and then other, like we are thinking of different bounty systems and proposal systems that would be part of this. In April, we are gonna have a focus on educational content. This is something Delton will be leading, and this might also have another internship. And we will be trying to become, our goal is to become the educator in the blockchain space. So this sprint is that step that we are, the biggest step we are trying to take to achieving that. Then let's go to the next one. In May, we're gonna be running a market maker program for the community. So the idea here is that here we create a pathway for any community or anyone to learn how to become a market maker on AtomicDEX. We will educate on how can it be done, and maybe we'll enhance the existing tools to do so, and all out just talk about the market making aspects. Then lastly, in June we got the summer conference coming. So we are gonna take the entire month just to prepare this conference. And we are looking to make announcements and then talk about what's to come during the second half of the year for Komodo, update our roadmaps, and then of course celebrate the milestones and what did we achieve so far. And we are looking to again like cross-collaborate with other projects. Hopefully we find interesting speakers as well and other like interesting content. And we are all totally open for any collaboration or any ideas that anyone might have. Just reach out to us, and we are very much in the planning mode still for the entire event. So that then concludes this presentation. This last slide is just highlighting the timings, what we have. So right now we are in the January 31st mark where we dropped the website, and then we got some events and internships coming up leading up to the summer conference, and then we'll begin a registration for a junior developer program as well that is scheduled for the second half of the year. So just keep your eyes on the Komodo platform website and our blog, and also Tuesday town halls and just our announcements, and you can sign up already. You can find our blog that says something like Discover Komodo, and from there you can sign up to a newsletter and to a special list that you get updates on each of these campaigns we run each month, and then about the opportunities to get involved there as well. So be sure to sign up to that email. So that's it from the presentation. And do we have JC on the line?
Yeah, I'm here. That sounded great, Otto. Can you hear me okay?
I can, yes.
Oh,
looks
man,
like
this
we have
website has been in the works.
Yeah, looks like we have the website countdown at 0. So how are we doing with pushing the button?
I think the button's been pushed.
Oh, it has.
Go
So
ahead
I
and
just need to refresh.
Yeah. It can take a minute or so for the actual website to like move over from the zeros and the web crawler to grab it. But now we're just going to wait for a few minutes.
Yeah, I'm trying to refresh,
load.
waiting.
Well, let's hit another topic while we wait for the refresh to roll over.
Yes, what do we have in the agenda?
So you covered the roadmap. Then we wanted to cover some of the. Oh, we can talk about the about AtomicDEX. Yeah. Well, let's hit another topic while we totally. Wait for why don't I load that up? So we've got we've got the next
Yeah, if someone has any questions, we can also take some questions here. Jump into the roundtable channel and ask there, or on the YouTube stream. FJ is asking for us to create a web-based text on the YouTube chat. That's indeed something we are very much looking into, and we have, like, we know that it's possible. So it is something that is coming. It's on the way.
Yeah, I think the last that I heard is that So WebDEX was something we talked about a bunch in Q4, I know, talking about like wanting to have that be a big show off for 2021 at some point. And I think the last I heard is that there's some progressive stages of alpha that it's starting to get pushed through, like in the team. Like I am pretty realistically feeling that that we're going to have something great to show off at the June summer conference for that, with the way that the talk is going around, and maybe even something a little bit before then. But I would look for anybody that's looking for information about that for like when when unveil like to the world, like I would count it in for the June summer conference. What I do have is oh, do we have more questions, Otto? I don't want to take away.
No, I don't see any at the moment. But yeah, I'm still like, do you guys have any luck with the website? I'm trying to refresh, but I think it takes more time. Like, should we pay? Like, we have an interview queued up from CA.
Oh,
Shall we play
yeah.
that for now while we wait?
Actually, yeah, totally. So we've got that. We've got the latest update on AtomicDEX, which isn't pushed live right now, but I've got a copy of it, and it's the one that everybody's that we've got talk in our chat channels about having the Siljaboy coin and the Wall Street Bets coin on, and like a bunch of the updates and features look cool. So you're gonna get, like, whoever's checking out this live stream, you're gonna get a peek of that. We'll just wait for the caller to do the website. The CA video is great.
All right, so let's tune up to the interview video by our CTO, Kadan Stadelmann, CA 333. And after that, we will review the new website. And after that, lastly, JC is going to show us the new AtomicDEX release. Enjoy.
If I asked even like back in the day, any of my guys and any of my teammates, like, why are you here? Like, what's your vision? What's your like ultimate goal? And they will tell me, look, we need like freedom on this planet. We don't have it, not in a financial view, not from a governmental, from a regulatory view. There is no real liberty. It's pretty much an illusion. And now we're living in a really hard time, in a time where even the illusion of liberty is being taken away. Komodo is a blockchain technology provider. We have a variety of different like blockchain tools and technologies that we've built in an open source fashion manner, and we provide this to the entire industry like for free. So my background is pretty much IT, you know, cyber technologies just in general, and in particular I'd say like my stronger background comes from, you know, OPSEC, DevSec, and in fact GovSec. That's where I come from. We believe that we have the power to provide the end users and in the end the citizens and the entire population of this planet the ultimate freedom. And this is like what it's all about, and this is like my background and why I came here, why I am still here today, and why we all are still building this. It's the belief, the wish, and the goal, the vision of true freedom. So with Komodo, you can build your own platform, right? But you can also just use the end user products that Komodo provides, such as an uncustodial wallet with a native DEX integrated, etc. But you could also go ahead and use the core DEX technology, which I personally would declare the most robust and solid Komodo technologies, and also the tech that we've put the most resources into, right? We talk about, this is like over half a decade of resources, multiple developers, full-time, like working on it. It's a third generation technology. And this is just like, I'm just scratching on the surface on of what is Komodo, what is our technology, right? So I'd say whatever you want to build, regardless of if you're targeting to actually use blockchain technology or not. You could use the Komodo platform technology to build whatever you want to build. And instead of using centralized and obsolete technology stacks and frameworks, you'd be building on a truly trustless and decentralized technology stack that is 100% blockchain based. And I believe that's like the big thing with our tech stack, is that it's 100% trustless, decentralized, and permissionless. So it means anyone can use it. Developer, end user, even my grandmother. The DEX core, the so-called DEX engine, it's kind of like a library, right? If from a developer perspective, you can use it to build your own wallet. You can use it to build your own DEX. You could use an NFT marketplace and so on, right? This is not limited to cryptocurrencies. You could even use the core technology to exchange data, to exchange knowledge and information. We've seen how 2021 started, right? I mean, we're barely like 1 week into the new year. We've cracked the 1 trillion market cap for the entire crypto space. I think this is like one of the huge milestones everyone's been waiting for. I mean, I've seen like overnight, I don't know, like 100 additional billion US dollars in the market cap, right? Just like thrown into the market cap. And to me, this is like a huge sign, right? This is clear. We have like now big players, really institutional investors and firms joining this game. I believe this is a trend that's gonna like be still keeping up. Like this is something that's gonna continue, something that's gonna like steadily increase over the coming months. Technically, I really do see a huge financial potential in the crypto sphere, in this like industry, besides the technological potential of this stack that we're in. If we look at the financial market, I do see Bitcoin definitely cracking one record after the other, one all-time high after the other, likely on a weekly, on a daily base, something that's probably gonna extend to the majority of the crypto market, not just solely on Bitcoin and the big players such as Ethereum, but this is something we'll even like see in the lower market caps. Like we'll see like huge increase in market action operations, like the volumes. So I believe that the trends for 2021 certainly gonna like attract, in particular, the DeFi, the DEX space. We should be seeing a lot of like DEX projects mature, you know, and do further releases, just like become more solid, more robust, right? I mean, we see it with AtomicDEX, with our own DEX technology, that we've reached like a production-ready environment. And I hope and I believe that these are trends we're going to see in 2021 in particular, but in general, in a wider scope. I do believe that the traditional industry is catching up, right? I mean, the traditional industry, not just like in fintech or in the digital space, but just in general, is more and more adopting the blockchain technology, like cryptocurrencies as such. I mean, we've seen a lot of like institutions and start like looking at Bitcoin as a reserve currency. A lot of them use it as a hedge against inflation. I mean, we have just a few, maybe a handful, two handful of institutional investors and VCs and firms that did this. But I believe we'll see many more like catch up and join. We'll see like official banks, we'll see big banks like join this game, right? They've all been just talking about it. If you look at JP Morgan, UBS, you know, Credit Suisse, etc., many of them haven't really like joined the game yet. Their analysts keep talking about it, do some public statements about it, predictions, etc. These crypto forecasts from these analysts, but we didn't see them really make announcements such as, we're gonna implement crypto into our banking solution. So if you like, for example, enter the online banking interface, you'll have like crypto there. Something that PayPal did. I do see like much bigger players like join this game and this rally, right? Of course, there are a lot of like technical trends as well that I do expect like to boost up. I believe the gaming layer, the gaming industry, to also try to grab a certain market share in the cryptocurrency industry. And we have a lot of other industries, right? I mean, supply chain and supply chain tracking, that's a big topic. A lot of parties have been like talking about, right? These industry sectors will definitely be using like the blockchain technology, right, for various things. From one perspective, it's just in general, you know, supply chain tracking, something you could do like on a blockchain technology, right? Immutable, trustless, decentralized, distributed, 100% reliable. But furthermore, maybe they even start using crypto from other perspective, not from tracking and from supply chain operations, but even from a financial perspective, right? Have really more complex smart contracts implemented where even payments for supply, etc., get like handled, regulated by the blockchain on a trustless basis. In the supply chain industry, you know, there are like big deals. They're often these so-called like cashback deals, you know. There's a lot of corruption going on an international level, right? Often it's not even like officially corruption, it's even legal corruption because it's done on contracts and there are signatures on it, and it's basically the people like, you know, the business stiffs wearing suits and cravats, and it's not considered like something illegal anymore. And I believe that the blockchain can help a lot on this side, right? So I think the trend towards truly decentralized, trustless technologies is still gonna like keep going, and we're gonna like see a big boost in various other industries catching up and jumping on the train, right? And trying to just get like grab a market share in this. I did like our most recent stress testing event a lot. I mean, it's something we've planned to actually just test and push and stress the AtomicDEX technology and basically validate, you know, the technology status, because we thought it's like quite solid, and that's something we've done. We've achieved. We've got this validation. We've had over 200,000 unique swaps during this event. It was like a 2-day event. However, what I love most about this event was the community interaction that took place. We've connected to various other third-party communities. In the end, this stress test that we thought is going to be like a small Komodo event, it actually turned into something that you could like compare to a real blockchain expo event, right? Something like Consensus or the Block Expo in Paris, right? The Cointelegraph blockchain events, you know, it was really something like that. We've been like talking all day long with different people from the space, from different projects. We've had the Ravencoin project, the Quantum project on board. We had like the Verus coin, just like to name a few of them. To me, in the end, that actually was more of a value. Although I look at it like from a technical perspective, I have to admit that the social interaction factor was, for me, it was such a huge benefit. It was something that first I didn't expect it to move and go into this direction, and second of this, I didn't expect like the community to have this huge like engagement, specifically the third-party communities. And thus, really, based on this, I'm looking forward to the coming events. We're gonna like run similar events now on a quarterly base, where we will specifically involve third-party communities, communities that are joining the DEX ecosystem, communities that maybe are just interested in joining and want to see how this works out. We're going to combine this with these trading events and competitions like we did the last time. There were a lot of prizes to be won, right? I think they were like $5,000 in dollars just in cryptos that we gave away to the users, and we had a crazy boost. I mean, this event the last time, I'm glad for our marketing team how they planned it, that everyone who actually participated actively in this event won something. Like no one went away with like with empty pockets, and it was like super amazing, super exciting from a technological perspective, but specifically from a community perspective. I think top-notch event. For 2021, I think we have a lot on our to-do list and just on the roadmap. In particular, I'd like to talk about like AtomicDEX specifically. We've put like over half a decade now, 6-7 years of really hard work into it, like a full team working on it. As of now, we've reached a pretty robust and stable like DEX technology foundation. The framework is pretty much like production ready. We're now just enhancing the peer-to-peer network stack. We're just like trying to make it more like efficient, right? From various perspectives. Maybe we reached this a level where you could just run AtomicDEX on a Raspberry Pi, for example, right? So like $30-40 device enables you to run a maker node, right? That basically is able to connect to the entire DEX network, to trade for you, to act as a wallet, a non-custodial, trustless wallet, etc. And we've also, over the last year, we've implemented further like ecosystem support or further blockchain protocol support. One example is, for example, Ethereum and the ERC20 ecosystem, right? It's a huge cryptocurrency ecosystem. So we're bridging not just like the Bitcoin and Komodo ecosystem over to Ethereum. We're even like building a multi-bridge from Ethereum over to Tezos back to Komodo, from Komodo to Ethereum to Tezos. And then we also have Cosmos, just for example, like the Tendermint ecosystem, huge. Binance is based, the Binance token, the BNB token is based on this. This is the next thing we're working on. We even have the Uniswap, a native Uniswap integration into AtomicDEX on our roadmap, right? So we're not just like interested in interconnecting the different blockchains and blockchain protocols. We even want to build an interoperability layer which has the power to connect different DEX protocols with each other. I don't want to necessarily be like in the top 3 crypto project, or to me it's like more important to be with people who are same-minded, who share the same vision.
Hello, everybody, on the Komodo stream for the website release. And in true form, we've got a little bug in the system, but it has nothing to actually do with the website. It turns out that it is just a cache flush that I failed to request from the person who has permissions to do such a thing, and that is CA333. So we've sent out the notification, and when he grabs it, he'll flush that, and then the website will be live in all of its glory. As for now, if you go to komodoplatform.com, you will land on the home page. And what you can do is, if you still want to check it out, is that you can see it in the stream, because we'll just stream it from our test server, so that you can still check it out and follow along. And within the next couple of hours, all the web crawlers and everything will be updated, and the cache will be flushed, and we'll be good to go. So we're going to do a walkthrough. I think Otto has it pulled up, right?
Yep, we are ready to go.
And I think first, it's a big shout out to the marketing team that Otto has cobbled together. We've been talking about the website and how to plug it into the marketing funnel and how to make everything work for the first 6 months of the year. And we've got a really, really good base now because of this. And I want to be sure to send a huge shout out to the agency that helped us develop this, and to G Trang, who is the patron saint of support in our Discord servers, just here at home in the Discord workshop, who spent the last many hours not sleeping, and instead helping us to make any little adjustments and optimizations and changes for this drop. So with no further ado, we'll go through the website. So everything about the website here is designed to plug into the marketing funnel. And basically, it's designed to be very dynamic, so that as new posts come up, as new CTAs come up and everything else like that, Delton can control all the cards on this website and send these posts live as they happen. So this website gets to be in a continual state of update. It's a living website, which is the thing that we're really excited about, because that's all the pipelining in the back that makes this possible. On the front page, we drew this learn, build, grow, innovate, create. I'm not actually sure what's scrolling on Otto's screen, but I'm just reading them off. Blockchain. We drew this inspiration from Otto's internship that he ran in Q4. There was a discussion sprint over what would be a Komodo slogan, and this was one of the ones to get dropped. Do you remember who dropped that, or if there was a couple people, Otto, that came up with this kind of learn, build, grow scenario?
I believe it's a comment member with the name Joe. We will be sending a bounty to his way, and that kind of launched the discussion that happened with kind of different people brainstorming on what the words could be and so forth, and we ended up just with this rotator that there's multiple words that keep changing.
Yeah, we felt like it gave us the most amount of flex, and we're going to get to update these words as new things come into the space. So IDOs, initial DEX offerings. This is something we're monitoring and seeing if it's going to take off, and if it takes off, then we can add these kind of things and just keep on stay progressively up on everything. And we have our verbiage for how to describe what Komodo is. This was a huge push that took at least weeks of conversation and some really great workshopping with our new PR agency. And what Komodo is being positioned as now is that Komodo is a technology provider. That's what Komodo platform is, the team that's doing a ton of the work here, right? And then it's an open source workshop. So workshop seems to be the key word that PR has grabbed onto to help understand what this really abstract thing is. And it seems to really be working. So we're running with it. That Komodo is a workshop space, and there are people that work within that workshop. So Komodo belongs to all of us. And then the request is for people to come and join the innovators. It's everybody here. That's part of these conversations to try to change the world, right? So we've got the major card on the right, which is always going to be what our biggest kind of CTA. And if you think of it like a pin, it's the pin at the top of Reddit, or it's the pin at the top of Twitter. It's the one that we want everybody to see all the time. And this is just the main page, so everybody's going to land here. We scroll down some. Oh, which I guess we can give volume to Otto. Or we'll give it to Delton actually in a minute. Let's do this one first. So if you scroll down, we see this fold, and this is Komodo features. So this fold is what we're featuring, that's coming out of the workshop. For the most part, this fold is going to be reading as AtomicDEX, because it is the major thing. If you click the download button, it automatically detects your operating system and it sends you to the correct place for that download. So it like grabs you, it like hooks in that download. So it's just like, you know, it's like one click away. Again, I actually don't know if, let's find out if that's affected by cache or not. No, looks like it actually, you can straight up download from that without having to have done the cache thing. So this is the major CTA for the first 6 months of the year, is getting people to download the AtomicDEX. And this is the other thing that we all did, was we measured out, you know, how many clicks away everything's going to be. How do we get somebody lands and we only get one click? Like where are we sending them, having them do? And every click leads basically to the AtomicDEX and to the Komodo community. So those are our two big focuses: Komodo awareness, bolstering the community, building out awareness here for Komodo itself as a technology workshop, pushing to get into hacker culture again, running events that are similar to that, and downloading AtomicDEX, this like really, really robust piece of technology that is getting improved over and over and over again. That's a multi-coin wallet. It's non-custodial. It's a decentralized exchange built on top of this atomic swap protocol, which is now getting to be dubbed it's getting its heralded name, which is the Komodo DeFi engine. And it's just absolutely great. So if we scroll down a little bit more, then we run into the Komodo library. This is Delton's feature domain. As of right now, there's 5 cards on here that rotate, and Delton has direct control over all of these cards. And this is that dynamic approach that we're going for with the website, where if like as soon as a new piece of news comes in that like we want to have on there, that we want to feature, that like that's on there. And this is for people that want to, like, they're just here, they're just checking out Komodo for the first time, like they just want to find out like what we've been doing, where we've been in the news, what we're commenting on. And I kind of want to hand it over to Delton to talk a little bit about like some of the ideas he has for this, because he's kind of like split it into like tags, and he's running this new series called Komodo Insights, which is going to run for the rest of the first half of this year at least, and blockchain fundamentals and those kind of things. If you don't mind talking about it a little bit, Delton.
Yeah, sure. So like basically we have this tag system through GhostCMS, our blogging platform, where we can like show the latest blog posts from the blog here on the main website. So we have like various categories. So like each of these has a tag through GhostCMS, and they'll show it right here on the new website. So the first like category here is Komodo Insights. So it's basically like newsjacking opportunities, like you know, covering like the latest news in the blockchain space, like what's happening, what Komodo's reaction is. So like for instance, like here we have the Robinhood blocks GME trading as like one of the recent posts for that tag. Yeah, and the next one we have events. So like Explore Komodo in 2021. So it's like a big thing that we have, like where we have all these events throughout the first half of 2021. So this blog post like goes over all the events. Yeah, and just like what all you can you know, get involved with you know, as a community member. Yeah, and then we have blockchain fundamentals. So basically, it's a series of long form blog posts that explain various topics about blockchain technology. So this post right here covers SHA-512, but we have like many more posts in that series. And the next one is Komodo Workshop. So basically covering like anything that happens in the open source technology workshop, including new projects joining the Komodo ecosystem, you know, explainers about various technologies, yeah, a bunch of stuff. Yeah, and then we have partnerships. So like anytime we have a new partnership, we'll like feature it here in this category. And these are some of the highlights from the Komodo library.
Had myself on mute. Yeah, this is super great. I really like the way that you just kind of tackled the new Ghost CMS. I remember that the old website, it just had to go down for a security reason, and that actually took the blog down, and it kind of just like left everything shattered. And yeah, it's just it's great. I'm excited for like where this is going to go. So then, so we'll keep on going down. We've got the Explore Komodo technology. Oh, actually, if you click on the Komodo library, like up there, it'll take you to the blog. Like that like takes you to Delton's domain, which is going to be getting lots of graphical updates and things like that as well. And we're pretty excited about. That's another big shout out to G-Trang, who's helping us with Ghost CMS, and who is now training me how to basically use GitHub and do a little bit like of stuff like that, so I can help with the really low hanging fruit, like improving copyright when marketing like comes up with something that needs to be adjusted on the website. And I'm learning how to do that and then push it for approval. So that's fun. And so then we'll go down and we go to Explore Komodo Technology. If you click on that, it takes you to this really, really wonderful SEO piece that Delton has taken the time to build out, which is all about the technology overview. And it talks about the Komodo DeFi engine. It talks about AtomicDEX. And it talks about the DPow and the Komodo daemon and the SDK alpha pack that we're working out. It's just really great. And then we've got this killer demo, which is apparently buried somewhere. And Otto, do you even know like where this came from? Because I've never seen it before, but apparently it's just been around. And we dug it out of mothballs and polished it off.
Yeah, it's been around and it's been never properly highlighted. So we now put it to the website, and we are looking to also upgrading and updating this in the future. This was made like last year sometime. It's a great demo. It just walks you through the vision we have with the multi-chain architecture and how it all works, from DPow to other things. Like
Nice.
how you can launch your own chain, and how that's fundamentally different from other type of platforms like Ethereum, where you launch a token on the Ethereum blockchain, but in our case you launch your own blockchain, and then we are building this interoperable network that AtomicDEX and Atomic Swap technology is of course part of. Like we are just looking to merge all the blockchains together or connect all the blockchains together.
Nice. Yeah, and then we've got the video right next to it, which I think is the same one that Otto showed earlier, which is CA talking at the Crypto 2021 conference, actually, and just giving a lot of really, really good information. It's like in a 15-minute walkthrough. It's great. Wonderful footer. Footers are great. They're great index design pieces so that like you can find your way around stuff. There's your latest news, wallets, user guides, just the normal stuff. Sign up for the newsletter, which is the big call to action that follows you around on every page. It's like, hey, sign up for the newsletter. Don't forget, like you can get all kinds of cool stuff. And we're actually working out a system so we're not pinging people's emails all the time. If you sign up for the newsletter, you get a ping at the end of the month, which says, hey, here's what we did this month. And don't forget to claim your rewards in your AtomicDEX, which is very nice. And then there's a ping at a few days into the beginning of the next month, which says, hey, here's all the cool stuff going on this month. And that's it. And then you can opt in to additional journals and newsletters if you want to. And Delton's managing those audiences as part of the funnel. So we're going to have a developer-specific one, and we have a community-specific one, and we have a business-specific one. And this is like where you get to find out the latest news right into your DMs about like as soon as we sign a partnership, as soon as we have a new tech update or something like that, or as soon as there's like an event running in the community. And I just got some info from G-Trang that we can just drop the test server in the chat so people can like check it out. So if you're following along on the live stream, or if you're watching the live stream and it's like the cache is still clearing and the web crawler is still going, you can go to lordofthechains.com. I'm typing in a chat right now. and then \en for English. And that is where it's live on the test server, so you can go check it out there. I'm actually going to ping the chat while we do it. Or Delton, do you mind pinging the chat and add everyone to say like,
Yeah, the test server.
yeah. So we can just like, we'll keep on doing with our walkthrough, and you can actually like click in and play around. So where do you want to go from here, Otto? Pick a spot. We've got business developer.
Yeah, let's get kind of an overview of the website, like, and I think we should explain the reasoning why we have this structure in the first place, or how we landed into this. It is kind of a little different, I guess, from most websites.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Yeah, I'm like 10 cups of coffee, no sleep, totally jazzed. So when we tried to envision the whole website, the idea was we want people to show up, and we want everybody to be able to self-identify with how they kind of fit into the system. So, if you're a business, if you're here to like do business and partner, like you can just find that at the top, like business. If you're here because you're a developer, like there's a developer page, and then the same thing for the community page. But the kind of clutch thing here is that we decided to aim to make each page kind of like its own home page for those specific people. So if you're business, like if you're for business developer community, like these are like your personal home pages that we're basically building to try to get you to bookmark. Like we don't ever care if you go back to the home page again. Like we want to build these out over time to like have these be like your personal pages, like as those kinds of audience members. So they each have like their own feel, and we took ideas and explanations and influence from the people that run those sections. So like we reached out to our biz team and we said like, hey, this is your page. Like, what do you think is the most important stuff to have it? Same thing for the developers. And then same thing within the community. We drew inspiration from everything here, and we're going to be doing incremental improvements on this website as time comes. So if you are one of these people or all three, and you feel like there's something that's missing or that would be great, like this is meant to be like a unifier here in the community. Like we're this belongs, like all the other things that come out of the workshop belongs to everybody, and we have different levels of everybody like working on everything. So participate where you can, champion what you can, and at most, like just remember to just be supportive of everybody that's trying to do something here, because everybody's going for it. Like everybody that's still here, that's like still working, it's like there's no sleep, and like being supportive of each other as a community is going to be a huge thing for us as we like champion our way back to the top 100. So let's go to business. I like start left to right. It's totally a fun one. So what we're going to have here is we've got super clean idea again. Oh, actually, should we talk about the hero images, the backgrounds some, Otto? You've got so much design talk to go through too.
Yeah. With our designer guy, Bob, who has made all these images. Like we have spent a lot of time, like all the way from last December, I think Bob started working on this idea, and we just started to develop, like thinking like how do we take the Komodo brand and the visual style to the next level, and just thinking of like what is really like the Komodo brand. And we have made a number of adjustments here, and maybe one of them, the most interesting thing I want to point out, maybe not many people realize, but actually we brought back the golden color that you see on these call to action buttons, and this color is from the original KMD logo, and we really much like it. Like as soon as we tested it on the site, like we just that this really pops up, and we had issues previously with the color palette as it there wasn't a color that really pops up, and there was always these contrast issues. So we did a little bit of fine tuning with the colors and added this golden color, and then from there, we came up with this idea of this background scene and the scenes that we'll be making tons more of. Like this is just the beginning, and the kind of the fundamental idea is that we wanna put some contrasts so that there's this rocky terrain around you, that this realistic environment, and then on top of that we then represent our technology that then uses these smooth surfaces and reflections, and then we put up the northern lights because that we felt that really well fits to the Komodo color scheme we have been using, and this kind of dark theme, this kind of like we try to go for some sort of like mystic themes, so there's a sense of like mystery when you look at the Komodo website and the pictures. And yeah, I don't know what else is there to say. Like we are gonna be working like for more of these images, and then we also look for input and ideas from the community, like what could we place on each scene. And I think the key to understand is that all of this we made, this is in 3D environment. So I could go to Bob and ask, like, I want this from a different angle, and he could just reposition the camera and make another render, and then we have another image that looks completely different. And so this gives us the most flexibility.
Yeah, I actually really loved that one. It's like we're trying to in the marketing department, all the visualization and like trying to come up with answers is that it's like, you know, there's a lean team going on here, and how do we get the most? So we're just taking inspiration from like all the resources that we have around. If somebody says like, oh, like this is a good idea, we can like do this, and it's like, let's make a 3D render so we don't have to make millions of banners all the time, and like let's use that to like change the scene and then shift the narrative. It's like, that's great, we can keep things fresh. It's just we want marketing department here like wants to mirror how successful devs are in the space by pushing the edges of that. So so it's the same thing, like me and working in operations, and Otto leading up charge as CMO, and Delton being like head of content. Like we're all just diving in and trying to explore, like, you know, like how to build the best marketing funnel, like for these kind of situations. Delton's looking into like how to build great content for like hub and wheel ideas, and Otto is like diving into design all the time. It's actually like terrible. Like I like if I'm gone for like a day, like without checking in, Otto will come back and be like, hey, like I made this like great little like design thing. What do you think? But it's like not actually a little design thing. It's like he actually like just totally came up with the design for the whole roadmap and put the video together like in a day. He's like, do you think this will work? And then it's like it works so well that like Del and I like have to like take it away and like build all kinds of stuff around it so it gets the attention it deserves. It's it's awesome. So if we run down the business page, I'll get back to this. If we run down the business page, what we have again is we have the same kind of system. We have a card that always gets to have the updated. It's the like major call to action. It's like what some of the most recent like high quality information we have is that's related to business. Right now we have the NASDAQ article posted. Then we've got the call to action button to partner. And if you end up clicking on that, it just slides you straight down the page to the contact us form. And what I'll do is I'll ask that Auto scrolls back up just a little bit to hit the things that were scrolled right by. So like if you show up as a business person, or like you send somebody that's business to this page and you say, hey, like just click on the partner button, and it'll just zoom right down. Like that's it, and they can just type in their stuff. If you're here because you know you want to do some kind of business with Komodo, you can get some ideas of these business, and Delton generated some content articles around these different things, like we doing blockchain consulting, making bespoke blockchain solutions. So like, you know, if people need just certain things partitioned out. or Komodo integrations, like getting a blockchain integrated into AtomicDEX or releasing a chain like that's already hooked in. And then you go down to the contact us form, and PTY and Polly gave us like, we need kind of like these topics for headings. And then besides that, it's just a normal scoop. People enter their email, people enter their information, hit send, we pick it up. And then if you're here and you're kind of like lingering around, you've sent your message, you want to find out a little bit more, there's even, we've dropped in an FAQ here, and you can always jump in for live chat into the Discord. Because that's that integration again into like community and awareness, like what are we, and like what are the common questions, can we start answering them? The FAQ idea, I think, was really spearheaded by Delton, because he dropped it into a few articles and got some positive response, I think in Q4, with the idea of like that FAQs are really strong. So we decided to start including that in on the website because we do have a lot of questions to answer here. So then let's say that you're a developer, and we'll swap over to the developer page. And let's say that like you came here and you just know that you want to get involved like in the development state, like maybe you're brand new to blockchain, maybe you're a junior developer, maybe you're a community member that's been involved with Komodo but just want to get started. Like this is kind of be your space for that. So the pinned article right now is the Komodo technology overview, and this is that article that covers we saw it earlier when we were at the blog. It covers like the various pieces of technology that exist within Komodo and gives some good explainer and body to them. And that gives us like a baseline to move from. And then we talk about, the free technology, the limitless possibilities that you can do with it, how Komodo is an open source technology provider, and we're making infrastructure, we're making tools. Everybody that's participating here is trying to build this new decentralized financial system, and how people can join our developer community here and just kind of like push the boundaries of this UTXO and blockchain space. And the CTA button here is this newsletter. And this newsletter specifically is to get engaged on the developer newsletter. So like getting that like developer notes, like as soon as something comes out, you'll get those right in your DMs. If we go down a little bit more, what we see is we have this great box that CA and the dev team built. I think originally, like as marketing, I know that I was looking at something. I was like, oh, it'd be fun to have like an interactive thing here, or maybe all three of us were talking about it. But I think I picked out something that was pretty trash, and I was just like, this looks cool, this looks codey. And then I'm pretty sure as soon as we brought this to the dev team, they were like, no, this needs to be a thing. And then they just built this little bit that has the different types of like our base code in here. So we've got the code from the Komodo daemon from the AtomicDEX API, from the desktop GUI and the mobile GUI. Both of those are tagged as like a coming soon for these code uploads on there. So it's just kind of like if you're a developer, like you kind of get like a peek into that. And then of course the button leads to our giant documentation series, which is all the Komodo docs, which I'm pretty sure we're going after getting like a full refresh over the next 6 months to make sure that they're all up to date. We continue to scroll down and we get to the Komodo DeFi engine, which is pretty much like the major name polish that we get to call on this piece of the tech stack that's getting built out. It's the atomic swap protocol that's doing all the combining. It's what the AtomicDEX is built on top of. And we spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to build this name and build equity on it. And Komodo DeFi engine really seemed to fit the bill across the board on everything, because it's really Komodo tech. That's what AtomicDEX sits on top of, and is really made here like with the KMD community and to support it. And it's this atomic swap protocol bridge for asset exchange, which is fits really nicely into the DeFi space. And it's this core engine that sits underneath powering everything, and it'll power any kind of DeFi app that you want to plug into it. So you can what we have is as we kind of scroll down the page, I'll go through these links a little bit more quickly. We've got the develop a non-custodial DEX wallet and our reference GUI, which is AtomicDEX, and it leads to the AtomicDEX API. We've got the API documentation, which leads to the actual documentation for the API as opposed to just the GitHub. And then we've got contribute to the code base, which leads to the place where people can kind of start plugging into that AtomicDEX API and get integration over projects that they want to be working with. And then we've got this wonderful run your initial DEX offering IDO. This was something that Dalton brought forward as one of the topics that's kind of on the fringe that's starting to be talked about, this idea of IDOs. It's the next iteration of ICOs. And the idea in marketing is that we always want to be just one step away from being able to capture something viral. So in the idea that this is a living web page, right now we're giving space and body to IDOs, because if that goes viral, then we want to be in a position to already be capitalizing on it. And we're keeping our eye out for those like keywords and syntax and stuff like that. And when they start coming around, we'll start building out the website to house that and be able to pivot very quickly. So there's no more waiting for like when DeFi comes around, like, you know, for a year from now, that like we can start talking about DeFi. Like if IDO becomes the next big thing, you're building IDO here. You're like, it's already accessible on AtomicDEX. Like you already can make it. Like this becomes one of the first places that you can come and find info about it. And to me, this is the thing that's like really to be proud of about this website, is that the way that it can be flexed and pushed and still deposit everything into the marketing funnel. Then we go down to the Komodo Technology Workshop, and we talk about how we started to gravitate around the language that the stewards in the blockchain landscape, and encouraging people to kind of like find a home here again, to learn everything they need to kind of get this education in blockchain technology and to pursue becoming a blockchain developer, which is a pretty huge thing, considering that like the crypto space is got a lot of eyes and attention on it, and there's so few blockchain developers out there. And what we have is we have the getting started links for joining Discord or exploring our repos. This is just kind of like the index file for a lot of things you can find in the workshop. We've got our core technologies, which is the we've got a blockchain composer, which used to exist. It needs a bit of an update, and we didn't feel completely comfortable saying like, you know, let's advertise it completely. Obviously, it's still out there, but it just needs a little bit of maintenance and update work. We've got the DPOW network, and we've got the Komodo daemon, like all core clutch pieces of the Komodo technology. And then we've got the Komodo SDK Alpha, which is talking about the different modules and the consensus contract systems that fit into various kinds of chains. Something that used to be dubbed in Terra, and we're really exploring a different aggressive way to like push these out the door. And that gets to be a part of like this wonderful rework over the next 6 months that we get to progressively keep on updating and being on top of. And then we have this, we have ready to start down at the bottom, where there's the start coding takes you straight to the developer documentation or the call to action to join the community. And then from that, we get to go to the community page. And the community page is probably my second favorite. I think we're actually showing them pretty much in order of like my favorites. Not that like I don't love them all, but the truth is that we basically at a place that every time we're on a page, I go, this is my favorite, which I love. The community page is highly rich in a lot of the blog material that comes out, a lot of our like newsletters or events or competitions or things like that. This is going to be the home that if you're interested in trying to figure out like what's going on, what we're doing, where we've been in the news lately, and you want that kind of like graphical segue and integration, this is the place to find it. And Dalton gets to update these like at his whim. And we're trying to position for quite a while, like to be very newbie friendly. So we want to start talking about the 5% active user rewards again. We want to be sure to be talking about like the 2021 roadmap, even though like it's already been shown. But then there's other things that we also want to talk about, like more that maybe even some of our community isn't aware of, like our ecosystem overview. Who's all building on Komodo tech, or who's all touched Komodo tech? And there's actually quite a few things on that list in that article that I wasn't even aware of. There's a newsletter specifically for the community as well, which you can get hooked into. And if we keep on scrolling down, then we have some talk about the Komodo community currency. You can go to browse the markets on CoinGecko, or you can browse wallets, which we'll go to in a little bit. And then there's some information. Again, this is kind of like beginner-friendly information. What makes KMD special? This is where we start getting to talk about KMD more, which is the community currency of the technology workshop here. DEX trading. KMD is really actually traded on the DEX, and this is one of those moments where it's like we're having this internal conversation about like what is AtomicDEX and how is it good for KMD. And as on a baseline, like just on the very baseline, the first thing to come out of our mouths was that KMD can never be delisted. Like there's just never going to be a situation where KMD will ever actually go away. Like Uniswap could servers, like the servers that inhabit like that could get taken down, and the developers that work that have to reclone it. And there's all kinds of issues with various locations and situations with other kinds of exchanges. But AtomicDEX is actually quite unstoppable. Like there's no single major point of failure. Like if we all got hit by a bus on the Komodo platform team, like tomorrow, it would still continue to exist for like months afterwards. There's no payment that's suddenly going to stop being made somewhere and then a switch gets flipped and then nobody has AtomicDEX anymore. It's literally just that persistent. And because of that, because like KMD is being positioned as a base pair on that, and just because it's on there, like as this major asset, it's just major security that almost no other coin can boast. And this is something that our media partners really picked up and that we're after. And then our active user rewards, which we're pushing out, if you hold KMD, that's 5%. And there's, I think there was an airdrop recently for people that held KMD, Soldier Boy coin and the Wall Street Bets coin. Is that right? Things like that. And then we've got the Komodo handbook, which for all those questions that have always been coming out about like what is Komodo and like what are the different parts of it and how we talk about, this is a huge one. And how about Otto? Do you want to talk about the Komodo handbook for just a few minutes?
Yeah, well, we have launched this handbook. We had the vision that like we have extensive developer documentations for developers to get involved and learn about the technology, and that teaches them what they can do on Komodo. So then we wanted to make something similar for the community and for everyone basically. And this is also for developers too. Like if you're interested to really join the community and understand the community, then this is a great resource. So it's gonna just walk you through on like who we are and what's our vision, and then it's talk about our history, like where do we come from, and it kind of gives you the basic introduction to the Komodo technologies and products and other things. And there's also like a resource we are looking to get some feedback on, like what do everyone think about it, and how can we improve it, how can we expand it, and so forth. So any ideas, just feel free to ping Dalton, who's our main content creator, and he's behind writing the handbook basically. So just let us know what you think about it.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a huge step in the right direction. So then when we scroll down to the bottom of the community page, what we end up having is the calls to action to join our Discord, to lurk the discussion on the Komodo portal forums, which is a static place that we're putting out there for people to collect and use for informative purposes. And we're gonna just keep an eye on this and see like what takes off and what works there. And you'll probably see some of the marketing team like posting informations there and things like that in kind of like a static waveform, because we just don't have that in Discord. So we're going to see if we can get this to be a companion service. And then we've got the learn Komodo, the technology overview. Again, like this is that wonderful SEO piece talking about the technology overview for that is Komodo that Delton just built out not too long ago. And that's all we got for the community page. So now what we've got is let's do the wallets last, because I really like that page as well. So we've got the contact form, great, in the upper corner. This shows up across all the pages. this is like the, that all-purpose, like just contact us. Again, it's like the business scoop. Drop us your email, choose the topic, leave us a message. We've got our social media on there. We've got our frequently asked questions, like another great FAQ section. Still have questions, you can come chat with us live on Discord. This is, again, just like super grandma friendly, like what happens if you want to get into blockchain? Like what if you just have a few questions? Just kind of show up and get involved here. And then for the wallets, we'll actually do the little kick out on the hamburger menu. And what we've got here is like we've got that quick select team page coming soon. You can see at the bottom. And we'll head over to the wallets page for our last one. So we've got Komodo features AtomicDEX, just like on the front. We've got this magic download button where you click it and just detects your system and gives you like the copy that's appropriate for you. This is, again, like our major push. AtomicDEX is a secure wallet. It's non-custodial. It's a decentralized exchange, and it's all wrapped in this one application. And this wonderful little separator that lets you choose, like, do you want your paper wallet, a hardware wallet, just where KMD all exists, like as far as wallets are concerned. And I love this little, like, where this little box thing turned out. And we just decided to keep the wallets page simple. It's just that's it. Like, we want to feature and encourage use of AtomicDEX, and we want to give people the other options for wallets they can click through. And with that, I believe, besides like going through all the links and everything on the index page and spending time elsewhere, which I'm sure I've spent enough time on the call already, that's it. Like, that's a wrap for this fantastic website. And I would definitely want to hand the mic off to Otto and Delton to see if there's anything else that they want to share, and with the design elements, the content elements. And I'm jazzed. Like, this has been a run of a work in the process to make sure that every click on here has a meaning and it's all plugged in, and that we can find a way to have it live, dynamic, and growing all the time.
I don't really know. I think you covered it all. So it's really like I guess just to summarize, the main thing we made here is that it's extremely simple. Like, you land on this page, you come to the home page, it was very short, few folds of things, you learn everything you need. Like, you find the wallet, the major call to action we have, you see all the fresh content we have, and then the last fold is to explore Komodo technology if you're curious to kind of get the overview of what is Komodo. So that's through those links you will learn Komodo. And then this just kind of forces you to identify like who you are, right? So are you a business developer or community? And if you're a business, then you land on the business landing page or the business home, and it just lets you know exactly like what we have to offer, and you can click to learn more, or you can jump right into this contact form and leave us a message. You see the FAQ, and the same happens with or I should say that we might like this give us the ability to add new pages as we keep building this on, so that there might be like a second level navigation at some point for businesses, and the same applies for developer page. So then there might be a lot more as we keep building, and it's all just as simple. We made it as simple as we could. So if we just felt like something wasn't needed, we took it off. Like, we just cut it out. Everything here has a purpose. Every item has a reason why it's there. If we feel like it doesn't have a reason, we will just delete it. Like, no one likes to just scroll endlessly, just fold after fold, some blah blah blah. Like, we want to have, trying to focus on that we are clear on what you can do and where to go, and that's the goal of this website and how we intend to keep it. And we are eager to hear any ideas how to improve it, and we are looking to kind of listen to the user and community feedback as well, and then just keep iterating and improving the site. But we're really happy for the main structure and how this turned out to be.
Well, I think I've got a little preview for AtomicDEX 040 beta, the stable beta that we've got coming out. Because we said that was coming out along with the website launch. And as far as I know, it's here, and we just have to get it updated like after the cache settles, and I guess within the next couple of days we'll make our post and push it out through PR, and it's all going to be good. But in the meantime, I've got my hands on a copy of it that I want to be sure to live stream to show off to people and like let them see kind of what's going on. And Otto, you can just let me know whenever. We got Otto here, by the way, streaming everything and being the man at the helm to make sure that all this stuff goes out, which is a huge push to the new marketing. We've got more videos, more live streams, and just more engagement practices that we're going after than ever before. And we're kind of in that infancy, that awkward zone where anytime a project tries to start doing new engagement and stuff like that, it's going to take some time for that to really take off. What was nice is we had such a huge boost at the AtomicDEX stress test for getting some attention that we've got a lot of live stream equity building right now. But it's going to take most of the first half of the year, I figure, for everybody to understand like that these are coming out regularly, and for us to settle into our content patterns and routines, and for just this to become a really, really regular audience communication, and figure out like what our audiences want, and to be working on that pipeline. But in the meantime, suggestions are welcome. We have a marketing community channel here in the Discord if you want to get engaged with that, which really open. So what do you think, Otto? Is it did I press all the right buttons to send you my stream?
Yeah, you are all set.
Awesome. All right, I'll just do a quick 2-minute run through on AtomicDEX 040 and what it's going to look like. Once you log in, you've got this wonderful. Oh, I actually just noticed something new on here that I didn't even see. You've got this show only coins with your balance because we've got a new coin adder that lets you, for listing your assets and your custom assets, that I think that this was Tony that built out the script to let it pull from the top so many most active ERC20 tokens. So the list suddenly just became much more robust with the InstaList ERC20 feature, which means that you don't have to add those by hand as much anymore. There will still be some that you do, but for the most part, there's a lot more on there than there were before. And then let's see now. We've got 2 assets that I want to be sure to show off. So we've got Soldier coin that we can add. And we've got that one just came out today. And we've got the Wall Street Bets coin, these are both coins that were put out as a community initiative to do. And I'm actually sitting on some rain. Look at that. All 7s on the rain into my wallet for the Wall Street Bets. My God, that's awesome. So there's a rain that happened that if you're holding KMD in your AtomicDEX wallet, you can go and you can pick that up. And I'd imagine that this kind of thing is going to become a little bit more regular. So this is a good encouragement. If you have friends and they're interested in this kind of stuff, they want to get some free airdrops and things like that. AtomicDEX is gonna be lush. And it looks like this is a new thing that I just noticed. So you've got this UTXO, ERC20, UTXO, Smart Chain, these kind of add-on modifiers that tell these adjectives that are describing where the chain is housed, in ecosystems across blockchain space. It's pretty neat. I wonder if there's an active market right now for Wall Street Bets. If I go to swap. There is. So you can go up and pick up and buy Wall Street Bets. Set down to 22 sats, it looks like. That's pretty dope. Normal wallet functions on the left side. The responsiveness has definitely been updated, which is pretty cool. We've got our DEX tabs going on, and those alone are like some pretty wonderful like updates for 0.40, and just the idea that it's built on top of Komodo DeFi engine, which was got tested the hell out of during the stress test in December. And oh yeah, we've got a light. Oh, nice. We did have the implementation of the light and dark UI. I almost forgot to mention it. Oh man, that's actually gorgeous. I'm obviously smitten. So anything else that I could cover here, Otto or Delton? I know that Delton, you're going to be making a post under this at some point. I know that we've got February for the Discover AtomicDEX sprint that we're doing, but I should probably hand off the mic, which I will do. Thank you for your time, everybody. Handing it off to Otto and Delton.
Yeah, I think then we are at the end of the stream. We pretty much covered everything, so we showed you the CA interview, what to expect this year. We showcased the new website, and we showcased this new release that is about to happen. So I think the next stream is then on next Tuesday Town Hall, and I think there will be other workshop streams coming. This next month in February, organized by JC.
We're gonna have some fun. This is gonna be a great first half of the year. Thanks everybody for coming by the stream. Thank you, G-Trang, for helping work out a bunch of optimizations leading up to the website drop. Thank you, CA, for the future clearing of the cache, and thank you, web crawlers, for bringing the website into place. Thank you, Delt, for the copyright, and thank you, Otto, for leading this whole endeavor. Lots of thanks goes out to the dev team as well for AtomicDEX 0.40 and its soon output. I know that everybody's been working on the clock all the time. Like nobody sleeps here. It's silly. I've probably only got like the first half of the year left before I just straight up die. But it'll be good. It'll be a good death.
Right. Let's end it with those words.
See you, everybody. Thanks a bunch.
Bye bye.
See you. Thanks.